Hello, hello, my friends. It is Saturday, March the 15th, and since I didn't post too much today, I'm going to wrap up the topics I didn't post about in this here episode. All right, y'all, foist things foist. I'll touch on a couple of the things that came across today, although honestly, I want to back off of really giving them a lot of attention when they keep doing the stuff that they say they're going to do, right? This thing where we keep getting like a breaking news when they do the thing they said they were going to do is like, come on now. I feel like that's another level of gaslighting, right? Or another type of gaslighting. When they say, hey, we're going to use this clause that the last time it was touched was during World War II. We want to use that again to go after mass deportations because we're failing at that. Despite spending all this money, wasting money, hand over fist, they are deporting less people. Despite the cruelty of it, despite them kidnapping people, torturing people. Yes, they are. The reports are coming back. It's just like Izzy. It's just like Izzy. They're swooping people out of hospitals and schools and doctors' appointments. They're detaining citizens. They're deporting citizens. They're torturing people. They're holding veterans. They're doing, for all of the cruelty, their numbers are falling below that of the Biden administration, despite all their grandstanding cruelty and increased price. So now, or increased cost, I should say, exponentially increased cost. But that's fine, right? Because any price, that's not the fraud we need to look for. Just like we're not looking for any fraud in the military budgets. The only fraud is Social Security because rich people want to pocket the money that was supposed to be set aside for you. That's being taken out of your paycheck, whether you want it or not. They've decided it's theirs now. Any price. But yeah, this thing where they just, when they say they're going to do it, they're going to do it. It's not a surprise. It's not breaking news. They said they were going to do it, and today they did it. Of course they did it. They got their budget passed. It's going to be awful. Like I said before, silver lining is, for anyone that thought they were going to be saved from themselves, for the people that were hoping, it's interesting, right? The people on Team Red that are like, why aren't the Blues stopping this? Like, we tried. You said no. You did what you did, and now you're looking over here mad at our folks for doing nothing. Weren't you just laughing at us, talking about how they never do anything? Why are you hoping for them to do something now? That puts you in our boat, okay? So, but now to clarify, it's not as... It's a jumping point, okay? They absolutely intend on pushing this far, and this is where it starts. It's starting with, oh, we're declaring that this Venezuelan gang is invading us, and so we're using a war clause, and we're starting with that. That's a test. They're testing the waters. We know this. We're telling you this now, but a bunch of you are not going to listen. You're going to say, they're just going after Venezuelan criminals. The same people who said, they're just deporting criminals. The lowest and slowest are holding us back every time. So, aside from that, yes, it's terrible. And yes, they're spending more money on terror campaigns because they're failing at their job. So they're focusing on scaring people and threatening people and being cruel for the sake of cruel. While at the same time, I don't know if you heard the little rumor that apparently, again, complete rumor. But the rumor was that the Marco that is Polo Rubio happened to walk into the office and found the stench sitting, okay, I believe they said it was like sitting on the floor with his lover boy, his sugar daddy, just full burnout, crash out, crying audibly, laying with his head in his lap. Just, like when you're dealing with a dude that's using you for comfort when no one else wants to deal with their bullshit, like that, okay, crying in the Oval Office and being coddled, the two of them. And he, get out of here, he told, Mark, like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, speculation, but you know what? Why not? For the people who love to come into the comments and go, we don't want to be like them. Okay, can we fact check this? No. Okay, some of these things we're just rolling with. All right? Because they deserve it. And we deserve a little chuckle, whether it's true or not. We know he's audibly crying. We know he has mood swings and hysterics. We know he's very emotional. They're all very emotional. In fact, they're so emotional that in their bid to erase black greatness from existence, in addition to, pulling up the BLM square or whatever and turning it into an 8-week project where they're ripping up the ground because painting over it wasn't enough. They're going through the military. They're deleting links. If you have family that's buried at Arlington and they are of color or a woman, they are deleting the links and acting like they don't exist. And goodness knows how long it takes before they're removing headstones of anyone who's not a white male. They're removing them from the tours. They're removing them from... A couple years ago when they started with the CRT stuff, and we said, that's not good. Because we know that our history is already extremely washed. You don't learn anything accurate about what actually happened to us in the books. And like other people have said, when they do talk about it, it's watered down to, we made out okay. And then, hey, white people saved us. We were just sitting around suffering. And the same people that brought us here to suffer decided that they wanted to have mercy on us. And then they worked to free us while we just stood around with our thumbs up our asses. You do realize that a lot of them were afraid of us because there were a lot of plantation owners that got when their people rose up against them. So there was a lot of fighting from our side. We weren't sitting around waiting for a Quaker to save us, but that's how the history books poses it. So we know this. And when they said, we don't even want to teach that because it hurts our white feelings, we said, oh boy, here we go. And here we are 2-3 years later, and they are just AI generating reports of anything that says woman or African American or black, and they're just deleting it from anything military related. We didn't exist. We didn't contribute. We didn't do anything. History now shows us nothing but white men, according to the white men who are currently using our taxpayer dollars to whitewash history again, because their feelings can't take it. And they need to pretend that they're superior. They need to pretend that they built everything on their own with no other help. And this is how that lie is perpetuated. They get enough power to go back and scrub everything. And then they tell all their children, see, we're amazing. We built everything. Do you see any other names here? Do you see any black people here? Do you see... And in another 40 years, it'll be the same, the grandchildren of Chad now going, yeah, we're the best at everything. We built civilization ourselves. You can't find a woman's name anywhere. That's how easy it is. And it only takes a generation or two. It doesn't take very long before that is the new normal. That is the new fact. And y'all have to deal with me because I am personally, I'm dealing, and I have to thank y'all for y'all support. For y'all support for the personal stuff I'm dealing with. Because, yeah, it's hard. Not just losing friends, but realizing the people you thought were friends weren't really friends. And you're seeing now that the real problem are the people who really think like this, are the narcissists who honestly believe that their feelings are facts. Anything they feel is now an absolute fact, and you better not come against it, okay? We're watching it in grand scale. This dude is calling news outlets illegal just because he doesn't like them, okay? If you boycott his boyfriend's brand, it's illegal. You can't exercise free speech. They're revoking green cards. They're kidnapping citizens. They're deporting citizens. And like I said, they're spending a lot of money to do a worse job, but to be louder about it so that the Ray people can feel like, hey, they might be losing their hospital, their school, their job, their Medicaid, and their ability to buy groceries or pay for their electric bill, but there's a brown person somewhere that's suffering. There's a woman somewhere being wiped from the history books. And as long as they're convinced that we're the ones living high on the hog of the welfare and not them, that's where we're stuck at. Even as they slowly realize that, yeah, it is them. They're the ones getting hit the hardest by these upcoming cuts and all. It's going to affect us some. It's going to affect them a lot. A lot. But yeah, this... I don't know, y'all. I feel like we need to just... I need an island. Can we put them on a cruise ship? Like all the people who believe that their feelings are facts simply because they feel them. Can we put them on a boat together and just set them out on the ocean? Yes, okay. I'm going to separate this. I did my little mini news roundup stuff. Now I'm going to go vent about my personal stuff because, y'all, I need to get it off my chest. You know you don't get closure when you deal with narcissists. So we going to talk it out.